Welcome back, Tankers of Blitz Universe, to the channel. We have the last of the trilogy on tier 5 mediums in the comparison reviews. And after the Panzer IV, the Panzer III/4, the T-34 and the Crusader, today it's the turn of the Chinook and the American warhorse, the workhorse of World War II, the M4 Sherman. Long-time subscribers to the channel, plus those who have been flicking through all the videos on the channel, you have already seen that I quite like the Chinook. There is a full-length review, about 20 minutes long, on the channel available, plus a few Ace Game medals, and of course you have the Chinook Kai, the tier 5 premium Chinook with the Cheeto turret on top. But I digress a bit. It's again 2 gameplay videos on the Chinook, 2 gameplay videos on the M4 Sherman, as with the other 2 reviews. And the first up is on Falls Creek, and I'm being a bit cautious over here because the crop of players, the crowd of players on the EU server, they haven't really adapted a standard way of playing on Falls Creek. Sometimes it was all rush the bridge, as part of our team is doing over here. Some of them have gone on a long flank across the rear, passing by the cap and trying to get to the enemy spawn. One of our tanks is moving over there, so I decided to stay up here on this small hill. I got a bit of cover to my left from the bushes and from a building, and cover to the front to protect me from fire from the cap. We've reset the cap by shooting the Crusader. T-34 couldn't shoot him, but we could shoot the M3D. Lux is taking a bill for it. As you can see here, one more shot in, and like with the Panzer IV, and we're gonna see it also on the M4, this tank, the Chinook, it's mostly about the gun. It does seem you don't have a lot of things going for it. Having average mobility, it can move around if needed, but it's a fairly lightweight tank because it has thin armor, but it also has a terrible engine. And it's a bit lacking in engine power, and you have to take that into account. You're not quick off the mark. Once you hit your top speed, it's decent, but other than that, not the best tank in the world to maneuver around. Talking about the thin armor, it's certainly no tank to go brawling in either, but you do have a good gun. You have the best aim time of all the tier 5 mediums in the game. Decent dispersion, 0.37. We're gonna see it in a second when we take a look at the comparison statistics, like we've done with all the other reviews so far. And while we are charging down this Su-85, who's perched on top nicely, something rather strange happened when we attacked this AFK Su-85. Take a look. And luckily we've regained connection, connected to a router again. Battle is finished. We didn't end up in front of that Su-85's gun, taking a whack out of us, probably. But lo and behold, we got a mastery, 1800 damage, a Confederate medal and a sniper medal, 3 kills done and 48k of credits. Quite a good game, but I was a bit surprised to get a mastery on this one. Didn't expect it really, but nevertheless, funny to see them. Up towards comparison statistics. As you can see, Chinook, not a lot going for it. You do have the highest hit pool in the game, but the thing you want to work with is the gun, because you do need those hit points. It's only 20 more than the M4 Sherman. But if you take a look at all the stats, especially in the armor department, it's really not there. Some things will be red when enemies take a look at you. Around the gun mantlet, sloped sides of the turret if you wiggle it around a bit. But you can't really rely on getting bounces in this tank. You might catch some on the tracks if you angle well, because the tracks cover most of the side of the tank on the lower hull, but you have high hull sides as well. So not the best tank in terms of armor protection. And we've said it before, as you can see it, everything will go straight through except for some bits on the gun mantlet. But we said it also on the full-blown review. This is a tank, a bit of a thinking man's medium really. This is a tank that you can drive around in tier 5 and you can really practice map awareness, isolating targets, focusing fire, and generally being sensible in your approach on people who you want to attack. It's not a brawler. High explosive from, for example, the Panzer IV will literally tear you to bits, but you do have a quick aim time as shown here on the KV-1. We're gonna take a shot at this Panzer IV as well. We moved just behind the building, that's unfortunate. So we're gonna charge down the red Chino. Snapshot in, clutch shot. We want to ram him a bit, but we ram ourselves against the church. Sorry about that. He is firing HE. As you can see, it's a skimpy HE round. It has 38mm of penetration, but it does only splash damage because I keep my tank well angled. It's 4 on 1 now. We are going to reset the cap in a second. A bit tossing my mind between going into the town and attacking the Panzer IV on top. But we decide to go in anyway, reset the cap, shoot the KV-1 again. That's all said and done. And as we go into the town, one more shot into the KV-1. I'm keeping an eye on the minimap. You can see that red triangle moving towards my back. There is a Panzer IV on my back. I get shot from behind now. He suddenly is to the left. We pull back, go around him. He does manage to get a shot into us, but we have held on to our hit points quite a bit. So we can take him out. Anyway, there we go. One more shot in, 54 left. And our Panzer III takes care of that. Off we go to the last Panzer IV alive. And this is starting to shape up like a pretty decent match for the Chino. It was literally the first match I played after that, after the first one on False Creek. We do track the Panzer IV. Moving behind the cars and behind the building to get some cover. Cars won't protect you from AP, but it might throw his aim off, and he was shooting with the derp howitzer anyway. So if he'd shot me and he had hit a car, the shell would have exploded over there and not on my armor, thus killing me. Remember, this was literally the first game I played after that one we've just shown on False Creek. That was an unexpected mastery, and lo and behold, we get another unexpected mastery. 2400 damage, bit more than on False Creek, but this does lead me to believe that the Chino isn't, well, let's say it's not the easiest tank to play if you start up new on the game. It's mostly because of the lack of armor. People might think this is a tanking game, thus you have armor and you can negate shots from the enemy and bounce shots, but really you can't rely on your armor. Because other tanks have guns mounted on them, and those guns are meant to push through your armor. They are meant to damage you and to get you out of the game. And you do have some armor. Some of the tanks have really thick armor, but most of them can be penetrated by tanks on same tiers, and especially the medium tanks. They do have some protection, but you need to work it really hard to make it pay off. Up next, it's already started. Middleburg again. We are in the M4 attacking red M4, and this tank is all about the gun, coupled to a turret and coupled to the best gun depression in the game. And although I'm not quite sure it's really the best gun depression in the game of all the tanks, it certainly is the best gun depression if you compare the tanks, the Panzer IV, the 3/6 for the T-30, for the Crusader, the Chino and the M4 together. The M4 has the best gun depression in the game, so it's a ridgeline warrior. It's mostly at home here, in the hill areas at Middleburg, peeking over the ridge and taking shots when available. Remember that mediums driving guide we did, taking shots when available, shooting and scooting, scooting and shooting, probably in that order, driving around and taking shots when available. And if there aren't shots available, yeah, I have to relocate, then by all means do relocate. We are pulling a wide flank here, taking a wide flank. The cap is moving up above 40. It's 2 on 1 at the moment, and I think there might be an AT over there. There's a Panzer 38 NA. We do get spotted, that's a bit unfortunate, but we want to shoot at 82. We do. We reset the cap from 52 down. Can we shoot him again? No, we can't. Peeking out just a bit. Yes, we can. One more shot into the side. He's facing towards us now, so we go back, trying to save that 38 NA because there's a Leopard wreaking havoc as well as a KV-1 and a 38 NA over there. We can shoot him. He is in all kinds of strife tossed between me and that M3 Lee. There's a Leopard, and he's doing a really good job. Can't shoot the KV-1, at least not in the side armor. Switching to APCR just to be sure to pen him. I don't know what this Leopard is doing really. He's moving off again, but it gives me a chance to shoot the KV-1. He is ignoring me. One shot into him, 5 on 4. What we do have left is a Matilda Black Prince. The Reds still have that Leopard. He's not over here. Where did he go? Ooh, he went around the other way. Can we shoot him? That shot just misses. Lucky Leopard. And there's that 82 again. So we're gonna charge into him, and we're gonna try and do some stuff to keep him between me and the Leopard. We dunk ourselves into our dead Leopard at the moment. Switch to APCR to his back. One shot into him. And there we go. And as we reload, we are taking a look at where the red Leopard is. He is over there. We don't have anything to fear from that 82 as long as we keep ourselves behind him. We have to move quick now. Park ourselves in over there. Yes, he's turning. Thank you very much. I can squeeze myself between the building and you. Red Leopard on the other side. Shot at the cupola. Nope, one shot at the back. There we go. Matilda Black Prince killed the Leopard, and it's 7 on 5. Had to work a bit more there than with the Chino, but this match gave us a first class medal, as you can see here, plus a Top Gun, 1492 damage. That's decent. Matilda Black Prince, well done as well. Let's take a look at the statistics board. And there you have it. Armor profile good on the Sherman. You can see it's the best of all the things on the turret, and you have the best gun depression. You do have the lowest DPM, not much. The Panzer IV, the Panzer III/4 and the Chino are just a bit above you with 2 and 8 hit points of damage per minute. So that's really not something you should worry about. But it does show you have to make your shots count. I would have wanted to shoot that Death Toaster with HE, but if I'd switched it, it probably wouldn't have gone in because HE has a lower muzzle velocity and I would have missed that shot. That's speculating that he pulled back, and we're gonna see in a second that he didn't because he's gonna pop over there. There you see, still 370, that shot misses. Been unfortunate, but we're pulling back. Because there's only 2 tanks shown now. Panzer III, Death Toaster, come on! Come into my gun sight, 16 health. HE left for you. Bugger. He's already there, T-28 shot him. There's a KV-1 camping. That's a bad idea. But the biggest problem also is that a KV-1 camping at that spot, he is well protected, he's got good thick frontal armor. So I want to go to this spot over here. Take a look over the ridge. Maybe I can shoot his turret side. Yes, I can shoot his turret side, but doesn't pan. One more try. That one doesn't go in either, as you can see here. That's a bounce again. And our T-28 is gone. There's a DW2 still there. There's a Panzer IV. We can't shoot him, but there's a Chihe moving in towards the cap. Snapshot doesn't go in. I actually knew that, but tried it anyway. He's a one shot to me. We have 160 average damage, so that should be one shot into the Chihe, and that's him taking it to at least 2-1-2. I'm keeping an eye on the minimap. We have a T-34 over there, who's coming with us as the Crusader, who's moved towards the red spawn. We have an Su-85 at the back. We get a low roll on the Chihe, bit unfortunate. We have an Su-85 at the back, completely in that corner, plus a Hetzer at the usual tank destroyer ridge at dead rail. Like I said it in the Chino review already, the M4, it has decent mobility. Top speed isn't that good really. The Panzer III/4 is the most maneuverable tier 5 medium in the game. But this tank, it can do a lot of good. We don't get to kill on the KV-1, that's unfortunate. But the M4, it has decent mobility. It is your typical American tank. It can move around the battlefield pretty quick. It's got a good gun with decent statistics. It can troll you a bit, and that's unfortunate at times. Do let the reticle shrink down completely, because if you let it shrink down completely, the gun is quite reliable. We're going 4 on 4 at the moment. Just can't shoot his head as he pulls back. But hopefully we can get one shot into him now and get a high roll instead of that low roll on the Chiha we just got. Switch to APCR so I don't have to aim properly, trying to bait a shot out of him, but we missed the return shot, dunk it into the building. And that Hetzer is playing a good game. Panzer IV is rushing us as well, so we're moving backwards. Over here we can put one shot into the Hetzer now. Have to move back because that M4 is harassing us as well. Moving back again behind the building, and I can see that Hetzer of ours is moving into a very strange position. I really don't know why he would want to go over there. And our Issue 85 is still at the back, so I'm not holding my hopes up for any support from him. And I'm a one shot now to anyone on the field. There's a KVDW2 still left. I have no idea what he is doing. Might be in spawn. But let's just roll back and roll back and roll back and roll back. And hopefully catch that Panzer IV if he moves up over here. We've reset camo pretty much by now. Completely out of sight. Panzer IV isn't moving in, so we can go up again and take the game back really from the beginning. DW2 still in spawn, so it's probably AFK, but he's spotting the Hetzer, of course. Hetzer is getting shot by the Panzer IV. We can shoot the Panzer IV now. No, we can't. We are spotted. Wait for the shot. I know there's a big cupola on top. There you have it. Reticle shrunk down completely. And here we can put gun depression to work. If you can be a bit creative with it, like we're doing here, shooting over the top of tanks, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you have gun depression that you always have to work ridge lines and hills and mountains, etc. You can put your tank on an incline and shoot over any obstacles in front, and you can see here from the turret of this tank we don't have a very high cupola on this one. Neither has the EZ8 and the T20, which follow in the line. But the Panzer IV had, and we made good use of that weak spot on top of the Panzer IV. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. All the comparison review done. M4, Chinu, T-34 Crusader, Panzer III/4 and the Panzer IV. I hope you've all learned something from this. I hope you can make your minds up to what medium is the best for you. I quite like the Chinu and the M4, as you can see from these videos. But then again, I'm a bit biased on that. Cheers for now, happy tanking all, and I'll see you all on Blitz battlefields.